In this video, we will create a simple phishing message detection. Basically, we're searching for user input for keywords. So the program will ask the user to enter a message and checks it for suspicious words such as password, verify, or bank. And if suspicious keywords are detected, then a warning is displayed. We first start by storing the user message into a variable called message, and then we'll create another variable to store the phishing risk score. Initially, we set it to 0 we start off with 0 risk, but then the higher this value, the higher the risk. We then ask the user to enter a message and read the full line of text from the user. We then convert the message to lowercase so that search becomes case insensitive. And for that, we'll be using the toLower function that we need this ctype.h library for. Then we're going to be checking for credential request indicators such as keywords of password, verify, or bank, because these are common in phishing attempts. And if any of these are found, then we will increase the score for credential-related requests by 2, and we'll add it up to the risk score variable. We then check for urgency language such as urgent, immediately, because phishing messages often pressure users to act quickly. For that, we will add 1. It's just a smaller score for urgency indicators, but it's up to you or the programmer to change that. Then we want to check if the message contains a link, such as HTTP instead of HTTPS. So phishing attacks often redirect users to fake websites. Mostly it would be not a secure page. For that, we will increase the phishing risk score by 2. Then we'll display the calculated risk score to the user and then use that to determine the final result based on the score. So any score that is equal to or greater than 3 is a high score. Is a high risk message. So we give a warning, high likelihood of phishing attempt. A score of 2 then is a medium risk message. So we will give a caution. And then else it's a low risk message. So message appears to be safe. So let's run the program and try this with different inputs. So we'll start off with a safe message. Hello team, please review the project report before tomorrow's meeting. Nothing seems to be suspicious. For that, we get a risk score of 0 and the message appears to be safe. Let's now try putting in some keywords like password, verify, or bank into our message. So it's going to become a suspicious message. So we want the caution to be displayed. Please verify, so that's value of 2. Password also 2. So any of these will give us 2 to your account. So the risk score is actually 2, and we will have a medium risk message. Message contains suspicious indicators. Let's now try to have a phishing message, a high risk. So let me get my message. Verify, so we have urgent, that's 1. Verify or your password, any of these will give us a value of 2. Immediately or urgent will give us 1. So because of the or condition here, any of these makes it eligible. So we'll get a risk score of 3. And 3 is actually a high risk. So we get the warning, high likelihood of phishing attempt. So this condition is a high risk message. Next, let's try with just let's try this condition, the link HTTP instead of HTTPS. So let me just copy the message. Please update your account details at HTTP. So there's no S. I get a risk score of 2. Now this message contains a link which increases the risk score. However, the link alone is not enough evidence of phishing. So the system marks this as suspicious rather than high risk. So it's medium risk because we only have the link as evidence. And let's run this and let's make this give us the highest value that we could get, which is 5, 1, urgent, verify, this gives us value 2. Verify bank or password, any of these will give us a value of 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And then we have HTTP, so that's 2. So that's a total of 5. So here we get the highest score. However, so whether we got a score of 3, like we just trialed in one of our attempts, anything 3 plus, so 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, is all going to give us a high risk. So we get a warning, high likelihood of a phishing attempt. So that concludes our video. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.